As many may know, the worst economic catastrophe in U.S. history was the Great Depression. The Great Depression was caused by the collapse of the stock market and banks in 1929. All social classes were affected by this economic disaster and resorted to everything from living in tents to sharing apartments and growing their own food. Malnutrition, layoffs, sickness, and suicide were common during the decade that the Great Depression took place, despite various rises in the stock market throughout the decade. Herbert Hoover, the president during the first 4 years of the Great Depression, thought he could solve the Great Depression through minor changes in the economic system. He would only give assistance to corporations and banks if they could prove they were almost bankrupt. As for the American Red Cross and Family Service Agency, he gave them no help but expected they still address the needs of the people. With much push from the other government officials, Hoover remained conservative, going against liberal policies and remaining in his socialistic ways, worsening the nation's economic issues. In 1932, Franklin Roosevelt won the presidential election by a landslide, as people were ready to see a liberalist government take action in addressing matters of unemployment and poverty. When Roosevelt attempted to enact new policies, he was often opposed by 4 Supreme Court justices, known as the Four Horsemen. There were only 3 relatively liberal justices, making it difficult to swing the others his way. A policy that was enacted in 1933 was the New Deal. Many groups of citizens had mixed views on this policy or were against it altogether. For Roosevelt to get his way, he would play along with conservatives, giving the appearance that he would cut spending, but would actually take revenues from one place and put it in the emergency budget for New Deal programs. This gave the illusion that he was compromising when he was really not. During peak success of the New Deal, the Social Security Act, the Works Progress Administration, WPA, and the National Youth Administration, NYA, were enacted, along with many others. Among the benefits of the Social Security Act provided were offering the unemployed with insurance and old-age people with pensions. With the enactment of many more policies through Roosevelt's presidency, he became majorly popular and won the 1936 presidential election. Shortly after, political barriers began to rise, ending his reform momentum and causing him to lose interest in domestic reforms. Although many greater achievements occurred following Roosevelt's presidency, it is important to remember that he enacted the New Deal and many other reforms in a time where almost no social programs existed.